I'm Noreen. Welcome to Coffee Klatch. Today, I'm starting the first of what I hope to be a weekly Saturday kind of podcast roundup where we can just chat and we can talk about whatever is going on in my brain for the channel, for an update on all the things that are Noreen's Kitchen and a few other things that we have coming down the pipeline. So, um, welcome in. I'm so glad you're here. It's been a long time. I'm not gonna lie, and I kind of flaked out on you guys, but I had good reason. Over the last few years, you know that I have done a few updates where I have explained what was going on in my world. Um, that would be two hip replacements. The last, I would say, 6 years have been a wild, wild ride. Actually, seven. The big pandemic issue. I am just here to tell you that I have missed being with you guys. I've missed doing videos. We're getting back into the swing of things. If you haven't noticed, I have been kind of reissuing some of my older things, re-editing them, and we did a food video. We did a video review on the Better Goods chicken pot pie from Walmart this past week. I have to tell you again how delicious that was, and I will be doing some more food reviews coming soon. But this coming week, you can look for some recipe videos because I promise you that that's going to happen. But I had actually made some notes on what I wanted to talk about today because I want to make sure that I didn't miss anything specific. Um, I have been down for the count for, I would say, at least the last year and a half, where it was very difficult for me to even stand up for more than 5 minutes at a time. So it made filming really difficult. It made it difficult because the way we have our kitchen set up, with lighting and what have you, it was just really difficult to film from a seated position at the kitchen table. It's difficult to do anything from a seated position when you're in the kitchen. And anybody who wants to tell me different, I'm sorry. Until you have to do it, you just don't get it. I have great respect for people who have accessibility issues and maybe have to get in a wheelchair. But now I've just gotten to the point where I was using a walker for over a year. And then before that, I kind of went downhill weird because I was walking with oh my Lord, walking with a cane. Then I moved to two canes because I was having balance issues. It's just been a hell of a ride. And I don't care to repeat it, and I don't wish it on my worst enemy, if I'm being honest. So anyway, as you can also see, I let all of my hair color grow out. I am terribly debating whether or not to recolor my hair or leave it the way it is. I don't know if I like it or not. So give me your thoughts. Give me your thoughts. I do my hair is longer, so you guys can't see it. It's in a ponytail. It's shorter than it was, but we change. So I kind of look weird. I kind of look really weird because you can't see my hair, all of my hair from here. But my hair did turn silver, so that's a plus. Um, but I'm getting off track. I'm not on a cane at all anymore. I went through all of my physical therapy, and I still am walking with a little bit of a hitch. But yeah, I would say in another 6 months, it will be like I'm back to normal. So that's a good thing. Um, I've missed you. I've missed just participating in life itself. Um, we are going to keep our upload schedule the same way that we've done it. Recipe videos, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Maybe we're going to throw in um, a grocery review or something here and there. Maybe a little haul with a little update or whatever. But I really want to come to you at least every other week with our Coffee Klatch podcast, which is what this is. And so that is my goal. We've also been working behind the scenes on a few other channels. I'm going to reboot my crafting channel, but we're going to call it Noreen's Crafty Tech. And those channels that I'm mentioning right now are up and available if you want to go subscribe to them. If you're interested in any of those topics, then you feel free. I will leave links down below to all of our upcoming channels. Um, so Noreen's Crafty Tech, which will include crafting videos that feature like the laser etching machines, 3D printers, Cricut, foiling machines, things like that. All the things that I have that I want to play with, but really haven't had an opportunity to play with a lot because I'm a creative and I can't help myself. I'm a really a professional hobby collector. Let's just say that. And I know that there are some of you out there who feel me because you're the same. So the crafting channel is going to get a reboot. The gardening channel is going to get a reboot. I don't know how soon that's going to happen, but I do have it still up and running. It still has lots of videos, still lots of good information on the gardening channel. I never took that one down and I never took down any of the videos. And of course, we have Rick's channel, which used to be called Rick's Tips DIY. We changed the name, we changed the branding. But Rick's channel is now called Rick of All Trades. We've kind of got a little patriotic theming going on over there. His videos are still up and running and still very viable and full of information. We are hoping to get the ball rolling, maybe 1 or 2 new videos a month on his channel. We got to move slow, folks. We got to ease into things. My house is a wreck, if I'm being honest. And I got to have time to reboot my whole world, everything. So, back to the channel lineup. We've got Noreen's Kitchen, Noreen's Crafty Tech, Noreen's Garden, Rick of All Trades, and then we've got a few new ones coming. I am going to start a daily devotional channel, which is probably going to end up being mostly shorts that you can kind of digest and listen to maybe on your drive to work, maybe if you're sitting in the pickup line at school or the drop off line or whatever. Maybe you want to start your day with a little bit of spirit filled goodness. I feel like sometimes we don't take enough time to do that, and elephant bites might just be the answer. And if you're not familiar with that, I say elephant bites. It's alluding to that old phrase about how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And right now, I am eating the elephant, to be quite honest. The elephant in the room is there, but I can't do everything all at once. Rick has been taking care of everything for the last couple of years. So I got to ease into it, got to get back to it. And honestly, the best physical therapy is just getting back into life itself. Um, Next channel up after the devotional channel is going to be called the Quiet Cup, meaning uh, like quiet time with your cup of tea or coffee while you're driving to work, or maybe you're just sitting contemplating writing in your journal. We can just have a little discussion, focus on a theme for the week. I'm going to hopefully upload one every day, and then maybe once or twice a month, we'll just do a longer one, kind of focusing on what we have covered in those shorter videos. The next one is Oh Yarn, because I am quite addicted to my crochet, and I often have wanted to, have thought about sharing my projects on on the YouTube channel, but I haven't done that. And I've often thought about sharing them on Facebook, but I think, well, it really doesn't go along with my branding and everything else. I didn't know how people would feel about that. So I just have a lot to say and a lot to share. So we're going to do a fiber arts channel, and we're going to focus on crochet and all things yarny goodness. So I'm going to probably share getting ready to create a room where I will have my entire setup and for my computer setup, and I'm going to make a yarn wall, and it's going to have places for all of my paper crafting stuff, and I probably could use a giant she shed, but that's not happening anytime soon. I also um, am just excited to share that part of my life with you because I am a prolific crocheter and I create a lot of things that I give as gifts. I don't sell a lot, hardly ever, um, because I have issues with selling that from a personal perspective. I want to do that for people who I want to do it for, and I don't necessarily want to sell it, but I want to share that part of my life with you. So we'll go back over it. Noreen's Kitchen, Noreen's Garden, Noreen's Crafty Tech, Rick of All Trades, Oh Yarn, and then we have a few more that are in the pipeline, but we're still working on them. Rick and Noreen's Excellent Adventures. Oh, pardon me. Rick and Noreen's Most Excellent Adventures. But that's not what I called it when I built the channel, so he might just have to deal with that. Anyway, he's sitting next to me over here in his chair. He's listening while I record. Anyway, this is a field trip channel that we are going to start. I am going to upload some of our other travel videos that we've done over the years that I have on my channel, where we've gone, we traveled to Indiana, and along the way, we went to the Colonel Sanders Museum in Kentucky, a couple of other places that we recorded when we were there. I think I may have done a video or two from Mount Airy, North Carolina, which is where Andy Griffith was born, and it is the idea behind, the fictional village of Mayberry on the Andy Griffith Show. And that's right here in North Carolina. There are places that we would like to go, but we're going to start where we live here in New Bern, North Carolina, which is called the Colonial Capital and is the home to the Tryon Palace. We literally can say George Washington slept here. And we are the birthplace of Pepsi as well. The pharmacy where Pepsi was invented is in our downtown area. We have a beautiful Civil War battleground here. We are the location of the Battle of New Bern at the convergence of the Trent and Neuse rivers. If you are a Civil War buff, you might be familiar with that. It is what caused North Carolina to become part of the Union Army, from what I understand. Don't hold me to that, but I'm pretty sure that's correct. So we're going to do a little bit of travel channel. I don't know how often we'll upload over there. Maybe once or twice a month. We can't upload every day on every channel, but we do want to offer, our lives are diverse, just like yours are. So we just feel like it might be fun to kind of branch out and share a little bit more than just our kitchen and our cooking and our food and other parts of our life, because life is fun and you shouldn't just be stuck in the kitchen all the time, even though food is a really special part of life. Also, the last thing that we're going to work on, which is something that we just came up with this week, is a podcast with Rick and myself. Maybe we'll have a guest or two from time to time, but Rick and I are both Gen Xers, and maybe some of you are too. In fact, looking at my demographics, I can pretty much say that we have a good base of Gen X followers here on the channel, but we also have a good base of baby boomers as well as millennials who follow us. But talking Gen X is an awful lot of fun, and recollecting our childhood and our upbringing, I think, would be a fun way to just get together about once or twice a month again to share a podcast where Rick and I just talk about a certain type of topic that we reminisce about our childhood growing up, like the toys we remember, TV show and radio jingles, commercials, the price of things in general, how things were when we were in high school, how things were when we were in elementary school, how we just remember growing up in general, because we have the advantage of being in both the analog and digital world. We saw everything happen. We saw um, the end of the Soviet Union. We saw the taking down of the Berlin Wall. We saw the living room war when we were children every night on the 5 o'clock news. And I think that, they call Gen X the forgotten generation because we're kind of stuck in the middle. And we were raised on hose water and neglect, is what they say. And that is exactly what we are calling our new Gen X podcast channel, Hose Water and Neglect. So I'll be sure and let you guys know when all of those channels are completely up and running. Whenever we upload a new video to those channels, I'll be sure and let you guys know in the Coffee Klatch right here every week or every other week when we discuss things and have a roundup and we have a little bit of chit chat about what's going on in the Noreen's Kitchen universe. But we have a lot of things planned, and I hope that you stay with us, and I hope that you enjoy just being here. I'm thinking about maybe doing a um, live stream from time to time. My cookbooks, if you are not familiar with my cookbooks, I have, I think, 5 or 6 digital cookbooks that you can purchase. There is a cookbook on Amazon, which is the Springtime Table. I also have through Lulu my Holiday Helper, my Cookies, Cocos, and More Galore. And I have a barbecue cookbook that is digital. I have a Eat, Drink, and Be Merry cookbook that is digital and downloadable. You can carry it around on your phone and refer to it anytime. It has a lot of recipes that we've done and a lot of others that we haven't done on the channel. I'm getting ready to do a new cookbook. It's going to be a backyard barbecue focus. So, I've been afforded a lot of opportunities, but I'm not huge by YouTube standards. But I am very, very excited with what we have done with the channel, and I want to continue that momentum. I'm not, again, not gonna lie, the last couple of years have been hell for me because I had my ability to earn money the way I was taken away from me because I couldn't do my job, essentially. Um, and so there are a lot of things that we would like to make sure that we continue doing the right way. So just stay tuned. I'm just trying to give you guys an overview, an update. I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy you're here. And I'm glad that so many of you have stuck with me. I've gotten so many lovely messages from people who have reached out and said, "We miss you. We're praying for you. We hope that you'll be back with us soon." And we're going to be here. And I much appreciated your prayers, your thoughts, your kind words, your messages of hope and love. And I can't even begin to tell you how special you are to me because without you, I don't know. Honestly, you really have been, when I had no motivation at all, I really did worry that you were going to abandon me. And a lot of you didn't. So many of you didn't. In fact, a lot of you came and found me regardless. Um, and I get so many good messages from people just thanking me. So I want to thank you for that. And didn't want to cry, but here I am. Things will just explode with blessings on our end and also for you. So stay tuned, keep in touch. We're going to come back with another coffee klatch probably next week, and we'll talk about a few more things. Summer's coming. We've got great recipe ideas coming. We're going to focus a lot on vintage recipes. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot a channel. Mid-century morsels. I didn't write it in my notes, which is my bad. Silly me. I have a huge collection of vintage cookbooks and recipe card collections that I have been amassing for a long time. I have church cookbooks. I have published cookbooks. I have, just mainstream cookbooks. I have cookbooks. I just got one yesterday that is from 1939, and it is a really cool cookbook, spiral bound, and it's done by the Heinz Company. The photography in it is amazing. The recipes, again, they're from the 1940s, but honestly, so we're talking about pre-World War II. A lot of the recipe books that I have are mid-century, so 40s, 50s, 60s. Um, and I want to start sharing shorts where I just talk about the cookbook, share a recipe shot or two in them, and then maybe on the main channel, we will actually make the recipe. So we'll do a whole tie-in kind of thing where we do a short, we do the recipe, tie them together, and we go from there. But mid-century morsels is definitely one of the exciting things that I'm looking forward to sharing, because I have the most amazing collection of cookbooks that I'm so excited to share those with you. They're like these little glimpses into the past. Maybe your grandmother had them, maybe your mom had them. I don't know. But they're binders full of little mini cookbooks that focus on one particular topic, like desserts or kids' lunches or casseroles or vegetables or salads or um, the the fabulous foods and the cooking magic collections that I have also have different cookbooklets that focus on different cultural foods like German, Italian, French, Russian, Hungarian. I mean, it's really kind of mind boggling. And I also have an amazing collection of original first edition Betty Crocker spiral bound cookbooks that focus on things like dinner for two or kids' parties or, the famous Cooky cookbook that Betty Crocker put out many years ago. They actually have reissued that. But I have two first edition copies myself. So one was my mom's and one was my grandmother's. That's why I have two. One is not as in good shape as the other, but regardless, I want to start sharing those things, whether it is on the main kitchen channel or on Mid-Century Morsels. That that's where we're at. I will share all the links to all my channels that are coming and in progress down below, and you can see um, some of them don't have any uploads at all. So just keep that in mind. If you want to go and hit subscribe, and when you do, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification button, and make sure that you turn on all of your notifications so that every time a new video is uploaded, you will be notified, whether it's through a push notification or by email or both, and it will show up in your subscription feed if that's how you look at YouTube. I only go to my subscription feed if I want to look for somebody specific. I usually just use um, the regular featured page because usually everything that I want to watch is right there anyway. Keep in mind that there is a hype button. You can hype up the videos that I upload. When you see them, you can hit the hype button. This gets it into the YouTube kind of algorithm and lets people know that you enjoyed the video, and YouTube will suggest it to others. Um, if you are so inclined, there is a button below the video. Hit me with a super thanks. That is a way that you can help me keep the channel running and buy ingredients for recipe videos or go on field trips that we can share with you and basically keep everything up and running. I am considering doing a membership if you would like. I will give you more information about that when we get that rolled out. I have some, I thought maybe our very first video back at it for real, not a regurgitated one. not a re-edited one. I feel like I'm gonna do what I do good, what I do best, which is a spice blend. And I have a retro spice blend that I want to recreate that usually costs quite a bit of money on the shelf, that I feel like everyone knows what it is because their mom or their grandma had this in their spice cabinet, but didn't really understand what to do with it. But we're going to do the spice blend. We're going to do a couple of recipes using that spice blend, and then we're just going to go from there. I think that's a really great way to get the ball rolling. And I think that's all I really have for today. So I should have said at the beginning, I hope you got a drink and maybe even a snack because this was a long one. But I hope that you enjoyed spending time with me today. I really want to thank you, and we're going to go from there. So, and if you have questions or comments or suggestions, or maybe you have something you want me to look into that I can feature on the channel, leave a comment down below. Hit the hype button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification button if you're new here and you haven't done that yet, because more than half of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed to the channel. What are you doing? What are you doing? Please hit the subscribe button. It helps us out. It helps YouTube to know that you like our content and that you want to be a part of our community. So, yeah, that's where that is. So I hope that you have a great week. I hope that you're filled with blessings. I hope that your life is peaceful. And until next time, I'll see you.